Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner. I'm the founder and publisher of Selling Power Magazine. We have the great pleasure today of speaking with Brent Keltner. He's the author of a wonderful new book called The Revenue Acceleration Playbook. Welcome, Brent.
Hey, Gerhard. Really excited to be on with you.
You are also the CEO of a company called Winalytics. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we talk about what we do is go-to-market and sales acceleration consulting. And we obviously do a lot of work with sales teams, but as you know, Gerhard, in today's environment, buyers are often in charge, and we have to build a holistic buyer journey. It has to start on your website, connect to prospecting, connect to sales and success. So we spend a lot of time on how do you build a holistic buyer journey around value. And we've been talking a lot in the pre-interview is sort of what are the stories you tell your buyer, not about your product, but about the value that your product drives for buyers, and how do you do that at every touch point?
In your book, you write about how to create a content strategy playbook. Can you tell us the why behind?
All of your go-to-market teams speak to your buyer in the same way. Because what we find often, and you'll see this, is sometimes marketing and sales and account management, they talk about value in very different ways. I mean, I remember at Burning Glass Technologies where we were working on the land and expand motion that sales had one set of value props, customer success had another set of value props. How are they ever going to partner on expanding accounts? So when you start to create content pathways where this is how we create value, here are our best stories, here are our best talk tracks, here are our best blog posts on that. Now you can actually take the friction out of the buyer or customer journey.
Brent, what is your best client success story?
Well, it's interesting. A great one is Mainstay, that is a conversational AI product for colleges and universities. So it basically personalizes engagement at scale, right? Uses AI to engage each student and remembers how they've interacted. And so when we started with them, they only had a dozen customers, but there were 8 different kinds of customers: nonprofits, for-profits, all different kind of colleges and university at K-12. And what we're able to do is kind of figure out to this point of where can you scale your narrative. It was the segment of higher education that has a life cycle student engagement problem, right? So there are large publics, R2 and R3, so second and third tier research universities, regional publics, all have the problem of getting them, yielding them, keeping them engaged over the summer, and keeping them in the first year. So clients 10 to about 50, 35 of those were these large publics, and bam, they just started growing 250% a year.
Wow.
And now, it did for 3 years, right? Because not only did they get the persona messaging right, but now we built a sales process where you're always re-anchoring on the buyer's why, as we've been talking about, by persona. But now you can start to version, and now they had success stories for community colleges and success stories for regional publics and success stories for mid-sized privates, and then went to K-12 and also went to corporate learning, kind of using this nudge technology. And now your narratives are getting very segment specific and speaking to the buyers.
I learned from researching you that you have a PhD in social sciences. What have you learned from your professors and from your research that applies to selling, but it's not evident?
I don't know if I learned it from my professors, but I did learn it from I did qualitative research for 10 years. So if you think about a good sales call, at the end of the day, you want to lead on your buyer's why, map it to your capabilities, and then see what they'll commit to. So that part of always anchoring on their business challenge, being a guide for them, not pitching my product was one thing. But the second thing is very early, as I went to be a go-to-market and sales leader, I would say, guys and gals, we're going to have a discovery call checklist. This is what a good first call looks like. This is how we know if we did good discovery, good product mapping, and good next steps. And we'd audit around that, and we'd audit our emails. So it's just a simple checklist that said, did we have a good first call? What did we get? What didn't we get? I learned that by taking a very structured approach to conversations. Yeah. Funny story about Kirk was Delario was one of the co-founders at Mainstay. And he said to me, was a first generation college student. He was very passionate about helping other first generation college students. And he got kind of pissed at me at one point. He said, "Brent, you're a robot. Where's the heart? You just ask the same questions every time." And I said, "Kirk, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. Like, let's put it in your language. Let's let you own it." 6 months later, he came back to me and said, "Brent, you were right. Asking the same questions actually makes me more creative because now I can listen to the couple of points of variation in that call and really nail what they care about the most."
So for anybody who wants to learn more, go to Amazon.com and get the Revenue Acceleration Playbook. By the way, the subtitle is Creating an Authentic Buying Journey Across Sales, Marketing, and Customer Success. Thank you, Brent.
Gerhard, thanks so much. Really enjoyed the conversation.